Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Guys, my name's Jack if you're new. On this channel, all that goes down is instigating of racing, braking, fixing, and breaking some more. Anyway, that's what we do. I'm a bad friend. It's been a few days. Matter of fact, it's been several days. I've been doing this thing called Vlogmas, and it's basically where I bring you guys in a day into my life every single day. And here, the fact of the matter is Christmas time is usually pretty nutty. Everything is go, 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 go. Oh, if I do this right now, I'm gonna crash this thing. The last time I turned the camera on was shortly around PRI, and I have turned the camera on a little bit, hit and miss between the last, it's been about a solid week and a half. Anyway, it's been chaotic. I've been shunting out, trying to push as many cars out the door as humanly possible. I have a goal that I'd like to reach by the end of the month. And you know what? We might reach it, we might not, but I'm gonna give it one hell of a try, and I wanna see what it's gonna take to do something. No, as a growing business, it's always my goal. Yeah, I'd like my business to be profitable. That's how I can maintain to do things. I mean, the reality here is green line must go up. So yeah, PRI, we haven't really touched base or talked about the Audi all-road since PRI. I know I talked about a little bit in my return trip. I really haven't gone over this thing and how it's been, what it's been doing, just overall recap the last couple weeks type of deal. I told you, I've been busy, I've been doing things. We did a TDI, basically an EGR cooler twice. That was kind of fun. I learned a lot with that one. Long story the short, if you're gonna do an EGR cooler on a TDI, just go in from the get-go and put an entire cooler on the thing. Yeah, it's simpler, it's gonna save you a ton of time and headaches, and at the end of the day, way better deal. And I got blue Santorin A6, the one that I did the 01E rebuild video, which may or may not be out yet, but if it isn't, I will work on it, okay? But here's the deal. I owe you guys several videos. I made a promise to myself to do 25 straight videos, so we're going to do this again. Just understand, this place is trying. This shop, everything that I do is kind of like a mixture and meat of a lot of my time, and sometimes things fall off the plate, right? Frankly, sometimes things fall in life, in business. It's okay if things kind of come crashing down and fall apart, and you got to pick up the pieces and start juggling them again, right? That's part of this whole game that we play called life. Because of that, the all-road has just been treated like a mule these last several days, week. It needs a couple things, and one of those things that it needs is these back tires are shit. They leak. Every single morning, part of my morning wake up, when I get up and get Colton ready to go to school, we go outside, start the car, and put air in the tires. I'm not even kidding. We have good old-fashioned RwdyAudi air pump in the front seat, ready to go. I found out that I have some 19-inch tires. Sorry, 18s, right? Hold on, let me make sure I'm not screwing the pooch here. Shit, they are 19s. Hold on, we gotta make sure we got tires. Anyway, we're gonna take these things off, and for the time being, we're gonna stick, not those ones. That one is ready to explode. That's the one that when we were in South Dakota driving it back, it was all the way down the road. It was pretty gnarly. My entire front end felt like it was ready to fall off the car. This one is actually really, really good. We're gonna stick that on there. Right. And yeah. We're gonna stick that one on there. I don't know if I have 19s to replace them, but here nor there. Let's get these things on real quick and do some flippy floppity, because I'm tired of filling these things with air. Wait a second. So I forget what Mikey got those on, but I think he got them off of those wheels are actually off of a 2OT that Mikey had bought a few moons ago at this point. But yeah, I forget why. I forget what their wheel spacing is. It's probably 5x114 or something silly like that. We have these. These are the factory all-road wheels. We need one of these rows, and we need. It really is kind of funny. I have all the wheel spacers under the sun, I swear. Hey, we've got wheel spacers for a little bit of everything at this point. I think it's kind of getting to where the wheel spacers just go with the wheels, because, you can't have too many wheel spacers, right? Headphone users beware. Yes, these are GMC trunk lug nuts. I know. But kids, pro tip for you, always store your wheel spacers with all your lug nuts included in them. That way you're not hunting for them later. So I think I have 19s. I've got a bunch of tires. I think this is an 18. Yeah, that's an 18. Wait, what's underneath of that? That's an 18. Ooh, 19. Oh, that fit. Oh, do I got 2 of them? I think I might. Oh, we're gonna find out today, boys and girls. All right, so it looks like after all, I move this over here. This is actually gonna give it more tire. It's kind of nice. These things are a little too thin for my taste. Width-wise, I also think, because what are these? These are two 35 19s. These are two 65. So these are 30 centimeters wider than these. I kind of always dug that look where the tire actually sits even with the wheel, but their tire is slightly over. There's a word for that, and I don't know what it is. I was never that car nerd who nerded out over wheels and tire packages, specifically fitment. I was never that car nerd who like nerded out over fitment. But it's like 7 o'clock. I gotta run home. Yeah, we just gotta put dad hat on for a little bit. So be right back. Oh, also, we gotta dive into the next round of projects. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm gonna go do dad hat things and BRB. All right, well, we're back from dad mode check-ins. After dad mode check, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know, we were watching Gran Turismo like earlier tonight at the house. If you guys see, I don't know if any of you have watched that yet on Netflix. Definitely worth the watch. One of those movies that like the kids, the wifeys, the girlfriends, you by yourself if you want, future significant other, Netflix and chill. It's a good watch. But how you doing, Juan? Need another light?
I don't know.
You want a little bit handheldy?
I'm trying to reverse engineer this car.
Oh, let's come up here.
And so I've been closely looking for shop towels with shmoo on them.
With shmoo.
Yeah. And I've been trying to find like, it's like blacker than black.
Are you sure you threw them away?
Yeah.
What trash can did you throw them in?
Big trash can.
Why don't you just hook up it? Why don't you open the back there and start pulling some of that stuff out?
The back doesn't open on this one.
Yes, it does.
What?
Oh yeah, that whole thing opens. All right, so this thing's got to get undone. Hold on. And then you got to do this. You have to make sure to put this back. You can't just let it willy-dilly. So in case you don't know, Juan is looking for his viscous clutch because we have instigated the welding of his center deck. All right, I'm not gonna bore you guys with us digging through this. I gotta get some.
You can see all of our trashy escapades.
No. All right, so I was talking earlier about like getting this shop switched around because we've got a bunch of customers' cars that are left. I'm on a mission this month and I've got a goal and I'm trying to meet it. And here nor there, I'll digress. We gotta get the silver sled started up so we can get it out of here. And then the weather's gonna be nice. Low-key, this car has been with me for those of you who don't know, I've owned this car for the better part of almost 15 years now. And her and I've gone through several changes. Her turbos have been strapped to more motors. Like I've broken a lot of 2.7s, not because of the engine designs, but frankly, because I abuse my shit. I use it. No, I'm just kidding. I really do use the shit. I really do like use. And it's not like it's lack of maintenance either. I have a rule of thumb here. If I can replace, whenever I mess one up, if it's a $200 or more fix, within reason, depending on what it is, I just buy another engine, strap my turbos to it, take everything apart, and just put it away. I'll just set it in my pile. That said, this car's only had like 3 engines in it, and they've all been since I've really started drifting, so beating the crap out of them, I have come to realize the number one thing that they don't like is timing belt stretch. Timing belt stretch on a 2.7 drift car is a thing. Like, they like to go and expand, and when things get warm, things get out of wonk, and then like they'll work, and then one day you'll come outside and they'll be like, nope, piss off, I'm done. So this engine was actually Mr. Steve Mellings. Let's see if we can get it to come to life now. Hey! Oh, that's right, I remember this thing's got a misfire in it. That's why it was pissed off. Before we take this outside, let's see if we can put a coil pack in it. Or at least see what the Bebop Boops think that might be wrong with it. All right. So this brake switch failed, vehicle VSS, dead rain, crash sense. Nothing to do with misfires. Well, that's a lie, and that's not right. That thing sounds like shit. Oh, I knew there was some misses in there. Oh, that's too many zeros, Jack. Oh yeah, cylinder 1 and 5. A nice, easy, quick test to see if it's like coils or whatnot is we're just gonna flip-flop. We're gonna just do a quick little flip-floppity boy of cylinder 5 with cylinder something, and then cylinder 1 over here with like cylinder 2. If it swaps, great. We'll just grab another coil pack off the shelf. If it doesn't swap, then we're gonna have to put plugs in it, and it honestly probably could use a set of plugs. It's been sitting around being miserable for part of its life. Well, dang, never mind, it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, let's do this real quick and see what happens. It's a 50-50 shot. I beat the crap out of this thing. These coils are been swapped in and out with so many other things. Who knows? You guys probably seen my ass all day there. So what I did was I took this coil that was here and just flip-flopped them. I was saying earlier, whenever you're diagnosing a misfire, one of the simplest ways to do that is, if you have the ability, at least on the 2.7, is to swap the coil packs on your cylinders before you go off and buy spark plugs and new coil packs and everything else. You'd be surprised at how often, even though these are supposed to be the upgrade, quote unquote, they do fail, and it's not as uncommon as you think. And ironically, the guys over at, there is a new coil pack that you can get by NTK, whatever my hat is. They're called the mod coil, and they're a factory replacement coil. They're supposedly a lot better performance, but I think we're gonna give them a go on the all road whenever it's time to put coils on. So we're just swapping cylinder 1 with cylinder 2, and we're gonna see if the mist travels. If the mist travels, bad coil packs. Back in the engine. That power steering pump sounds awful. All right, girl, we'll get you one of those. So the cylinder 1 miss looks like it's went away, or the counter's reset. That cylinder 5 though definitely needs a spark plug in it. Pretty good odds that the coil pack isn't dead. It's definitely just needs a spark plug. But cylinder 1, that one cleaned up. That could just have been a loose connection. It happens from time to time, but you know, shit happens. Connections vibrate. Things need to be disconnected and reseated. Sounds fine now. It's like a typical Audi miss. 1, maybe 2. And that plug might be starting to die, so could have been cheap gas, it could have been crap. I did beat the crap out of this thing for like 2 Midnight Madnesses back to back, and she was sat up on the limiter a few times, so she is due for some maintenance. Let me get this thing outside, and I'll be right back. I don't know. That one's power steering or transmission fluid. What's this one? I bet you this one's coolant. Oh yeah, that's definitely coolant. Yeah, definitely coolant. That one, I think that one's oil. Yeah, that one's oil. Well, at least we know it's got fluids in it, because the piles aren't bigger, or maybe, no, it's not out. I mean, I did put some power steering fluid in it, needed a little bit, but you can always kind of, fluids are kind of weird. Like brake fluid has this tendency to be a little like hot and bothery, kind of itchy almost. Tastes really spicy. It's like a bad batch of Everclear. Coolant is like that Kool-Aid that you don't want to drink, because if you drink enough of it, it'll definitely kill you. Like by enough of it, I mean like a tablespoon. Theoretically, can you melt your gut internally, and yeah, all's well it's in well, you have the worst acid indigestion that you never wake up from. And then, well, oil. Oh, also, antifreeze is like really slippery. It's almost like a slimy oil, kind of, and it's sweet. That's why animals drink it. Oil, well, I'm sure we've all taken a drink of oil or two, so you guys know what that's like. It looks like we're probably gonna have to do some maintenance to that thing. Next project, we gotta get another customer's car inside. The immobilizer problem. Juan, you almost done? Meh, it's all right. Let's see if we can get this thing to, like, it won't stay running, so I don't know. We're gonna see what we can see with it. Where's these keys at? Maybe it saved the last file, maybe it didn't. It says it did. We'll find out after the fact. Anyway, let's go get this car inside. We found the, yeah, those aren't the keys. Those are the keys. So, yeah, look at that. 46,000 miles on this puppy. You know, it doesn't look like there's one out here, but there's actually a grade to this. It might be like a 0.5%. But, you know, it's just enough. Ah. All right. See if we can get this thing around the corner. All right.
We're more midship.
No, I chucked them in on their own. I'll come past it a little bit. All right. Huh. Definitely a full shop. The funny thing here is electrical problem, electrical problem, electrical problem. Regular basic ass repair stuff. But, well, today was kind of one of those like personal bereavement days where we were at the shop, we did stuff, we were productive around here, but at the same time, I still, you know, this place was a disaster after the last like 4 days and me just focusing on things that need to get shoved out really quickly. So we're gonna get back in that mode, but we're gonna give it a little bit of a twist because this car needs diagged, this car needs diagged, this car needs diagged, that car needs diagged, and this basically just needs tidied up. So my plan for the next few vlogs, the next few vlogs of Vlogmas and the ones that I kind of oopsed and didn't do, are gonna be solely around trying to figure out the problems. And some of these problems are things that you guys might come across, like this one is a no start, no crank. It's got ECU checksum errors in it and a handful of other things, and we're gonna dive down that rabbit hole in ways that we might be able to address it. We're gonna learn about wiring harnesses and wiring diagrams and what's all involved with that. This one over here has got immobilizer issues, which is super, super common on these cars, surprisingly. And we've already sent the ECU out to Brad over at German Elite Tuning, and he said he tried it 3 times, and the ECU said it took. Sometimes these things happen, especially when we have self-harming issues like immobilizer problems like this car has. We are going to make a bench flash rig, and we're gonna make a bench harness so that we can tap into this ECU itself and see what's going on with it. And then finally, the other thing that we're gonna be diagnosing along this next little journey is the parasitic loss that this Volkswagen Touareg has. Now, this parasitic loss is intermittent. I'm gonna be clear about it. So this one might take a while to figure out, but we will get it figured out. We're gonna isolate it and we'll move on from there. This thing has got some SAI issues. We're gonna talk to the guys over at Jackal Performance because frankly, the SAI system is one of those systems that, well, it's a piece of junk and it should just get thrown in the trash. It's factory extra. We're gonna talk to the customer about it, and we're gonna talk to the people, we're gonna talk to the Matt over at Jackal Motorsports, is the guy who knows everything 4.2 related. He's pretty cool. We're gonna see if he can set us up with something maybe a little bit spicier. We're gonna delete some of the extra systems that this car doesn't need. Well, let me rephrase this. That's my plan. We're gonna see if we can sell it to the customer because, you know, I mean, it is an S6 after all. And it has the right to be slightly spicy just by nature. And factory spicy, frankly, just doesn't do it. So that's where we're gonna end this one. You know what's coming up. Make sure you subscribe if any of that stuff sounds entertaining, awesome. Oh, and if you wanna see what the ECS Valvetronic exhaust system sounds like, that's what's gonna be going on here. If any of that sounds like something you might be interested in or might have a personal problem with, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. I'm Audi. I'll see you in the next one.